And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Thank you, Jeremy C. We're coming at you from the Billy C studio in Lake George, New York. I'm Bill Calogero, and it's time for BillyCBoxing.com's Professional Boxing's Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down for today, August 30th. In the year 2012. I got a few of them, but first I got to remind everybody, don't forget about Fight Now TV. That's right, now's the time, man. I've been telling you guys for a long time, but now's the time to call your local television provider and tell them you want the Fight Now channel added to your sports channel lineup. It's available, and it's time for you to get it. Pick up the phone and call them. For all the information about the channel, you can find it on the website, www.fightnow.com. And don't forget, we got Vegas week going on. September 10th through the 14th, we'll be live from Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. You could check us out on Fight Now. We're going to be broadcasting at a different time. We're going to be running from 5 to 7 p.m. Vegas time, or for those of us on the East Coast, it's going to be 8 to 10 p.m. So make sure you check it out on Fight Now, or you can also watch a webcast of the events on BillyCBoxing.com. So check out the website for all the information on that, BillyCBoxing.com. Okay, we got a couple of thumbs up and a thumbs down that's got me all fired up. Number one, first and foremost, thumbs up to Juan Manuel Marquez for showing that he still has a lot of fight left in him. Remember at the beginning of the year, Juan Manuel Marquez said that this was his last year of fighting. He was going to fight 2 or 3 more times. His last fight would be around November, and he was going to pack it in and call it a career. Some things have changed. That's right. As a matter of fact, yesterday he was pretty adamant about the fact that not only is he going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao in November or December, but if something happens where Manny Pacquiao refuses to fight him, then he's already got a deal, according to Juan Manuel Marquez, with Timothy Bradley. So either way, he's fighting either either Manny Pacquiao or Timothy Bradley in either November or December. Now, here's the thing that I'm getting at. A fighter that's given us so much. His style has been, he's a hero in Mexico, and his style has kind of been the same. He's a great counterpuncher and everything else. But he's never been known as being a fast fighter or an exciting fighter inside the ring. Yes, he's exciting because he's able to counterpunch people and wins in dramatic fashion. But he's promised, with him and his promoter and a live cheetah at this event yesterday, that he's training in a different way. Now he promises all his fans that not only is he going to be a lot faster and more fleet of foot, but he's going to be more exciting. And that's what he's promising for his next fight against either Manny Pacquiao or Timothy Bradley. Does that sound like a guy that's planning on hanging up his gloves after this fight? I'm not sure, man. I think maybe, I know Daniel Ponce de Leon is fighting Johnny Gonzalez on the undercard September 15th out in Vegas, but it sounds like Juan Manuel Marquez may have found the fountain of youth himself. So thumbs up goes to Juan Manuel Marquez. And thumbs up also goes to my man, former junior flyweight champion, Giovanni Segura. He's announced that he's going to be making a comeback in October. This is good for Segura, but guess what? It's better for boxing. That's right. This guy, I love this kid, man. He's got a record of 28 wins, 2 losses, and a draw, 24 coming by knockout. He had taken some time off following his TKO loss to Brian Valora last December. He said he learned a lot from his loss. I love this quote. He says, I learned a lot from this loss. He said, boxing is a jealous sport. It requires 100% of your time and effort. If you give it that, it gives you a win. If not, you lose. It's a true statement, man. And Giovanni Segura said, he says, I'm still in the prime of my life, and I can fight and beat the best guys out there, and I promise I'll become a world champion again. I'm looking forward to it. This kid is what boxing's all about. Giovanni Segura, October is when he's going to be getting back in the ring. I, for one, am very excited to see Giovanni Segura, one of the most exciting little guys out there. Thumbs up to Giovanni Segura. And finally, I got thumbs down now, and there's really only one. And my hang-up is basically a WTF, all right? And that goes to the WBC. Now, they announced today, and you can read the article up on BillyCBoxing.com under the latest boxing news section. They announced what appears to be a really good thing for boxing. It's a retirement plan, I guess, or something that they want to provide a pension for fighters that are in need. And although we've in the boxing business, we've been talking about this for a long time, it's a smokescreen, and I'll tell you why. First of all, they haven't done anything about putting money into this fund. They managed to land a Swiss watch manufacturer to supply some watches that they have a special signing with 12 former great champs like Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Mike Tyson, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Kenny Norton, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, Roberto Duran, Oscar De La Hoya, Jeff Fennick, and Azuma Nelson. And what they're going to do is they're going to auction these off, and all the money that's raised is going to go towards this pension fund. Okay, great. It sounds like a good idea. WBC says it's all their idea, and, by the way, they haven't put in a penny. Oh, did I mention that it's going to cost you $1,000 to get to this auction? And, again, all that money goes to this pension fund. All sounds like a great idea, right? Well, here's the part that I have a problem with. You know, fighters give us their all inside the ring, and in a lot of cases, they give us a little more than that. And a lot of times we don't notice that until after their career is over. These guys have a hard time getting a job, doing other things, and the sacrifices they make for us, for our entertainment, for our sport of boxing, carries and stays with them in the later years. And a lot of times they become broke and poor and destitute, and we've seen it happen a lot. A pension plan should be in place for fighters. My problem with the WBC, and the part that they're not telling you, is that this is only for former WBC champions, which further puts the division, drives that stake into the sport of boxing that a couple of weeks ago I was talking about. We need continuity in the sport of boxing. We need one set of rules. Although a pension plan is something that I strongly believe in, why would we only give it to somebody that was involved with the WBC? Doesn't that make a fighter now want to be involved with the WBC? That's great for them, but how good is it for the fighter? How many times have we seen the WBC turn around and strip a fighter of their title for no apparent reason? We're seeing Sergio Martinez fight Julio Cesar Chavez for Chavez's title that used to be Martinez's, that the WBC took away from him. You know, you can't even follow the bouncing ball. You know, the problem is that we do need a pension for all fighters, whether they're a champion or not. Somebody came up with an idea a while ago that I thought was a very good one. You know, if we took $1 from every single ticket sold, if you put a tax on all promoters that did a show and took $1 or even 50 cents from every ticket sold and put it in a fund, and once a fighter reaches a certain amount of rounds or a certain amount of professional fights, he becomes eligible for that pension of some way, shape, or form, it would be plenty of money into a pot into a pool of money for a fighter's pension. The problem we don't do it is greed. The promoters don't want to cut loose with $1. They don't want to cut loose with 50 cents, so they shot it down. Now we're going to look at boxing sanctioning bodies that are going to try and do it their own way, like the WBC. They give this illusion that they're doing something great for the fighters, but all they're doing is further dividing the sport of boxing. We need continuity in this sport. I said it last week. I'm saying it again. You can't have division. You can't have one sanctioning body being looked upon as better than another. It doesn't work. You can't have one sanctioning body that goes by a separate set of rules. Oh, our championship fights are going to be 11 rounds. We're going to use a 10-point and half system. We're going to use a computerized system. We're going to use this. We're going to use that. Come on, man. Isn't that the problem with this sport? And people like the WBC, organizations like the WBC, who want us to look at their organization as doing so much good, really, they're doing a lot of bad. They're making more division in this sport, and by the way, they're not opening up their checkbook either. Thumbs down to the WBC and further lack of continuity and division in the sport of boxing. Thumbs down for them. Hey, that concludes our thumbs up, thumbs down for today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Ciao, baby.